welcome back to another episode of Yoga with Fran, Flow with Fran. Today we're going to go through a little short sequence to help you soothe your mood, especially if you feel anxious or if you feel really tired or not up for much. This is also a good flow, a good sequence that you can try just before bed if you feel like you need to wind down a little more. So all you need really is a big pillow or a big blanket that you can use, and we're going to start in a seated position just like I am. If the easy cross doesn't work for you, you could grab that blanket or that pillow and then slide it right under your sit bones and then come kneeling down. This might give you a little extra stretch into your ankles and the shins. So whichever of the two positions work best for you, you can choose. And then just take a full breath in. Take a big inhale in through the nose, relax your shoulders, see if you can drop the weight of the arms down into the legs. And then as you exhale, release fully. And then close your eyes down for a second. Take a moment there with your eyes closed. It might not feel super comfortable at first, and if you don't want to close your eyes, you could always just be staring at something down onto the floor. As long as it feels like you can focus your attention a little bit more inwards. And that is literally what we're going to do for the entire session, focusing onto that little ebb and flow of the breath coming in and out of the body. Just observe your breath. Notice if it feels shallow or deep, short or long. And notice where it comes into the body. Do you feel it in your belly? Do you feel it in your chest? Wherever is the place of the body that you feel the breath coming in, it's good. Just acknowledge it. And begin to work from that position. On your next exhale, see if you can empty completely the body. Take the air out and blow it away. And then on your next inhale, inhale up for 4 counts. 3, 2, 1. Hold the top of your breath for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale down 4, 3, 2, 1. Empty space, hold for 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's do it again. Inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold the breath at the top for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Empty space held 4, 3, 2, and 1. Continue like this if it feels like this is beneficial for you. Inhaling for 4 counts, holding at the top for 4, exhaling for 4, hold the empty space for 4. And then for your final 2 to 3 breaths, full round, see if you can expand that breath and make it a little bit longer. Maybe you can count up to 5 or 6. just finish by holding your breath. Bring in the full 4 corner box breath into the end, and then release. From there you can open your eyes again. Hopefully you feel already a little bit more grounded, a little bit more present within your body. And we're going to start nice and slow into a child pose. So if you're kneeling down like me, you can keep your blanket, you can keep your pillow there. All you have to do is slide yourself further away and then just come into a child pose. Allowing your knees to drop out wide, taking your chest onto the pillow, maybe even having the head tilted over to one side, and then release your full body like this. The other option is to take the hands above the head and have a little extra stretch for your shoulders and top of the body. And I encourage you, when you get here into this position, to have just a moment for yourself. Maybe allowing the whole body weight to drop. Taking some time to feel like your shins and anything that is in contact with the floor is really helping you to ground down. I have a really nice visualization that I use for myself when I need to feel a little bit calmer. And it is imagining to root down into the ground through the body. Whether this is your shins or your forearms or your feet, whatever is the surface of your body that is in contact with the mat, that will be the part that we're imagining roots to shoot out from and slowly eradicate and root into the floor. And if that doesn't help, and you might still be feeling a little bit unsettled, just think about coming back to your breath. Notice where it expands into this position, and see if you can let go even more of any tension through the body. Take your final 10 full breaths there. On your final breath, nice and slow, send your hands under your shoulders and then gently peel yourself away from this little bolster or blanket or pillow, and then you can slide that onto one side of the mat for now. Then take yourself into a tabletop position, tuck your toes under, and then have a little play onto the knees, onto the hands. If your knees are feeling really stiff, if you have that blanket, you could place it under your knees. Otherwise, just begin to move gently, circling through the hands and the knees, maybe pressing a little into the feet and then pressing a little into the hands. And then from there, we'll take a nice and long inhale to open into the front of the body. See if you can lift the chest a little higher. As you exhale, begin to round the spine through, pressing the glutes forward, taking the chin to the chest. And then again, inhale to slide the chest through the shoulders, lifting into the tailbone, opening into the chin. Exhale, round again through the spine, all the way chin to chest. Your final one here. Exhale, nice and slow, rounding through. And as you come back to center, come into neutral. Take your left hand all the way up to the sky. And as you exhale, feed your left hand through the right side of the body. We're coming into the top of the left shoulder here. You might want to then take this right hand all the way above the head to create a little bit more pressure into the shoulders. You can keep it there to have a support. And then see if you can feel that forearm and back of the shoulder really lengthening away from the body as you feel like your hips are drawing backwards into the heels. Take 3 full breaths here. As you inhale, bring that right hand back onto behind the shoulders and then press yourself up. Have a little play, a little wiggle, and then we do the same onto the other side. So you're taking your right hand all the way up to the sky. Have a little breath there. As you exhale, you're feeding it all the way through the left side of the body, coming down with the top of the shoulder, and then maybe extending the left hand up to the mat. Once again, you're breathing here for 3. Inhale, take it all the way back to center. Use your left hand to press yourself back up high. Have another little moment as you release through the shoulders and the hips. And then I'll give you, again, 2 options here. We're going to slide slowly into a little squat called Malasana Yogi Squat. You will take your feet wide as the mat, maybe toes pointing out towards the side. And then take that blanket, pillow, or bolster right in the middle. And as you exhale, slowly release your hips down onto the bolster, the pillow, or the blanket. We're coming into a position where your spine is lifted and you're having your knees sort of in train tracks with your feet. If it feels comfortable, you can stay here. If you need a little bit extra support, you could get yourself a little higher. And then maybe have the elbows into the inner thigh, hands together, so that you can feel like your elbows are kind of edging your knees out there. And like always, we try and find the breath back into the body. So if you need to drop your chin ever so slightly to focus inwards a little more, do that. If you feel like you're getting heavier and you want to drop a little lower, absolutely welcome. As long as you continue to find a nice and strong breath there. Take your final 2. As you inhale, lift the head and the chest. Have a little stretch. Take your arms above the head. Maybe grab hold of opposite wrist. Have a little stretch to the sky. Maybe press gently into the side of the body. And then switch your wrist around. Same thing again. And then exhale, release all the way. From here, Take a little roll forward, press into the feet, see if you can lift your body up. We're going to grab that pillow, that blanket, place it horizontally on your mat, and then gently release the bum and the sit bones down onto this block. From here, you have two options. You can either take your legs forward, sitting properly on here, and have your hands as a support under the knees to drop fully into a forward fold. Or you have your second option to take your bolster a little further and then use that bolster for your knees, which means that you will be a little lower. Maybe this will feel the hamstring, you will feel it in your hamstring a little more. But if it feels comfortable, I would recommend coming here. And then wherever you are, try and drop your head down as well. See if you can make it nice and heavy. Taking 10 full breaths here. Take your final breath here. As you inhale, peel yourself nice and slow back to center. Have a full breath there. Maybe even take the hands behind your hips and have a full stretch through the front of the body. And then we're going to come down into the mat for our relaxation. Now, you can opt to have just your normal Shavasana, your relaxation pose, fully flat on the mat. Coming down here, having the palms upwards. You could keep that bolster under your knees if you wanted a little elevation and a little soothing position for your lower back. Or your final option, which is particularly good if you have really tired legs and maybe have a bit of a heavier pillow, is to use your wall, come sliding into the wall, grab hold of your bolster, bring your sit bones nice and close, roll yourself up into the wall, and then use that bolster to place on your feet to create a little bit of tension. So you might have to play around with it a little bit and find a way to get that bolster up there. Maybe if you have someone in the house, you can ask them to put the bolster. And then why not opening the hands all the way wide so you can feel the stretch into the chest as well. And just as you are, see if you can find your final pose of relaxation, getting ready to feel a little bit more calm and grounded, knowing that everything is just okay as it is. No need to always push. No need to always do a lot of things. You are allowed to rest and let go. Take your final 5 breaths here. Maybe allow yourself to slide the knees into the chest for your final couple of breaths. And then gently begin to move into the body again. You might want to start by wiggling the fingers and the toes, or releasing the legs away from the wall. Have a little roll from one side to the other. Or if you are getting ready for sleep or for bed, you can literally just continue your relaxation into your sleep time. So no need to move around, no need to wake up into the body again. You can stay lying down if you're about to go to bed, or you can come lifting up into a seated position for a final couple of breaths together if you are just looking to soothe your mood and continue with your day. We'll take a final 3 breaths together, like in all of the classes that you will find in this channel. Take a full breath in through the nose and release it through the mouth. 2 more. And your final one. Allow your body to feel heavy. Take the hands at the center of the chest, or have a moment for yourself. You could give yourself a hug or a squeeze. And then when you feel ready, just bow gently towards the floor to give thanks to the practice. Give thanks to yourself for taking some time off, tuning in again with your body and your mind. And I thank you for joining me again. I hope this video helped you to feel a little bit calmer, or just a little bit more yourself again. And let me know anything below in the comments, and make sure to like and subscribe. Thank you. See you later.